Hey, this is Matt once again. We're back to another video, and this is a paid request for Graeme. Thank you so much for that. For those interested in requesting any type of videos, feel free to send it either directly to my PayPal or do have a Cash App as well. Links are down below in the info box. It could be pretty much any type of video I will get to as soon as I can. For those who sent them, thank you. I really do appreciate it, and I'll get to it as soon as possible. Now, he said a tier list, but with tier lists, you have to send me the actual tier list for me to do on video. But he also said ranking, that you rank from A to D, so it seems like it's okay to just do it verbally, like this. On the work of Rick Baker, who's a masterful makeup effects guy, I think sadly he even mentioned how he's kind of retired because it's not a whole lot of jobs for them, for makeup effects guys. Just much more CGI, we'll do it in post, all that type of stuff. So that's one of the things that was nice to see in The Substance with Demi Moore. See practical effects utilized in such a crazy fashion. But the 16 films, he wanted me ranked from A to D, but he said the makeup effects. Now, the thing is, I haven't really seen him do bad makeup effects. So if we're talking about the makeup, okay, for example, he has the Grinch on here. I'm not a fan of the movie, but it's a very good makeup effect. I don't know if he's really done anything like a bad effects work with any of this. I mean, you could argue all of them would be like an A. I especially don't know any that he did as a C or D quality. So then I didn't know if you meant, okay, do you want me to rank the movies? So I wasn't really 100% sure, so I guess I could do both. Okay, the 16 films he mentioned are Rick Baker. An American World... learn how to talk. An American Werewolf in London, Greystoke, The Legend of Tarzan, Videodrome, Harry and the Hendersons, Coming to America, Gremlins 2, Wolf, Ed Wood, Batman Forever, The Nutty Professor, Men in Black, Mighty Joe Young, The Grinch, Planet of the Apes 2001, The Wolfman, and Men in Black 3. Now, his most famous one is going to be An American Werewolf in London, because those effects are state-of-the-art and still talked about to this day. They were so groundbreaking. But I would say of that list I mentioned, my favorite effects work from Rick Baker would have to be Harry, from Harry and the Hendersons. Not just because I love the film. Maybe my favorite film on this list. That's a childhood favorite. Of these films, that's definitely the one I saw a lot when I was a kid. Because some of these I saw later in life. Obviously, Planet of the Apes didn't see till 2001. Men by 3, The Wolfman was much later. Greystoke I saw much later in life. But Harry and the Hendersons, that's probably the first one I saw of his work when I was a kid. Because I love the film. I love the take on the Bigfoot story. I thought John Lithgow and the family of the actors of the family worked well together. And Harry just wonderfully played by the actor who would also, Kevin Peter Hall, who played the Predator in Predator 1 and Predator 2. And so the way he moved his body and just the way that makeup was, where it was so expressive with his smile and his eyes, and when at the end Lithgow's trying to tell him to go and try to push him away, but he's doing it because he cares for him and doesn't want him around to get hunted, and you see this kind of hurt look on his face. That felt real to me. It felt like that's a real thing. And you see like the hurt and the pain coming out of the makeup. That was just done so well. And became such a lovable character and a lovable creature that was easy to feel sympathy for and root for. And the makeup really showcased that and was able to let the actor come through. It was such a great melding of the performer, Tim Peter Hall, and the makeup guy, Rick Baker. So Harry and the Hendersons is my favorite thing that Rick Baker has done. I know he's pretty proud of it. I thought at one point he said that was his favorite as well. Times may have changed, but I swear at one point he said that was his favorite. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But if he said that, I don't disagree. I love Harry from Harry and the Hendersons. Maybe also I was into it because it kind of reminded me of Elf, the TV show, which my aunt would send us tapes of because we didn't have NBC. And it's kind of the same plot. It's this. If Bigfoot was a midget, was a little guy. He lived with a family and have to deal with all the mess and chaos and having to hide from the neighbors and not be hunted down and just saying. So maybe I saw a little bit of that through it and maybe enjoyed some more. But Harry and the Hendersons, very solid movie. And great makeup by Rick. So that's definitely an A for me on both accounts. Now I'm looking through this list. I guess number 2, makeup effects wise, I would have to say American Werewolf in London. I have to give that, if I can't give that number 1, I gotta put it in the top 3 at least. Makeup effects wise. Does get an A for effects. Now movie wise, it's not my favorite. I would say movie wise, I would give it a B. Because I liked it. There's some fun lines of dialogue. A Native American man stole my balloon. Of course, there's great makeup effects. I don't mind the 2 lead actors. There's definitely some interesting weird stuff, like the dream scene where the Nazi creatures like kill his family. You're wondering what the hell's going on. Sometimes there's a tone shift that seems a bit jarring. In particular, at the very end, where it's this tragic ending and the guy's dead, then it quickly jumps to ba with a ba, the bang, the man, blue, 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 blue. Which I know is the purpose, but it's so jarring, it kind of, for me, hurt the effect the ending had. Where it's like a bummer of ending and ba with a ba, the bang, the man, boom, boom, boom. And it's one of those things that it's hard to, I don't know how to put it. But I do like it. And there's very interesting ideas like the friend that keeps decomposing. Each time he meets with his friend, he's decomposed more and more, which they stole for that Tom Cruise film, The Mummy. Granted, it's an awkward scene at one point because they're in a porno theater, and obviously the joke is that they're telling this serious bit, but you keep hearing people moaning and groaning. So it's a fun movie. It's just once in a while, like almost the whiplash and the tone shift. There's other werewolf films I like more that I have more fun with. Dog Soldiers, Silver Bullet, among others. So it's only just like some little nitpicks of subjectiveness. But American Werewolf in London, I would give a B for the movie. Again, I liked it. I don't love it. I definitely liked it more than The Howling, because I do not like The Howling. But effects A, it's definitely. Now, to go through looking through this list more so. Oh God. Effects wise, number 3, I would probably say. I'm going to give it a Gremlins 2. Because I was going to say Videodrome, because those have some really good effects, but I gotta give it a Gremlins 2. Which, as a movie, I really do like the movie. I probably like the first one more. Because I think the first works more as a story, while the second works as a fun deconstruction of sequels. And how do you have like maybe like a A minus B plus, like in between that? I really do like it. But the effects are so stellar in that. Like Gizmo, how he's able to move around and really feel alive and just much more expressive with his eyes. And you really saw the jump of technology from 1984, the first one, to the second film. You really saw the jump and the different types of gremlins, the vegetable gremlin, the spider gremlin, the bat gremlin. Just the amount of variety of different types and how each gremlin like had a different look. You had the kind of dopey looking guy. You had the more evil looking one. Yeah, the smart gremlin. Like each one had their different details and looks and differences, so you could tell them apart just visually. And they're much more able to articulate, and the animatronic work. Definitely a great asset to have those improved special effects, and just the amount of work and variety they had with that. Definitely, I gotta put it in the top 3 for me. So, and I do like the film, so. And then number 4, I put Videodrome. Which Videodrome I would put, again, like A minus B plus type of thing. It's one of my favorite Cronenberg films. I love the James Woods. I love James Woods. I love his performance. Very unique, weird story that makes you think on, when he's on his rampage, is it really his flesh becoming changed, or is he visualizing it in his mind, but in reality he just looks like a madman going on and shooting random people? So that's what other people see, but he thinks he's been changed. Or is he actually changing before people's eyes? And of course the whole take on media and how does it influence people, how does movies influence people. And definitely some really kinky, weird stuff in that movie. And so, special effects wise, it's definitely up there with the tumor gun and the gun disappearing in James's stomach, and when he shoots the guy and the guy like explodes in these explosive tumors, very bloody, very gory. And I didn't know Rick Baker was a part of it, because he has it on the list. I'm like, Rick Baker was a part of that? So that's why I completely forgot that he worked on this. I even like the effect of the TV, which I don't know if he worked on that bit. Maybe not. It just because that's not really makeup. I just hear the effects like the TV thing where he's like putting his head in and stuff. Because they're like boobies. But yeah, Videodrome has some nice ghastly, gory effects. And definitely of note. Definitely grisly. So I definitely gotta put it in up high on the list there. God, what else would be nice effects wise? You wanna Mighty Joe Young? Effects wise, I do think the gorilla, the big Monty gorilla, having the big gorilla, and Mighty Joe Young, for how massive the thing is in that film with Charlize Theron and Bill Paxton, how massive that thing looks. The fact they're able to make it so lifelike and move around and move its head around, I'm sitting there going, this looks really spot on. This is really solid. And there's the bit where at the amusement park and you see the eyes kind of horrified when he sees someone in trouble, to really bring emotion to the character. And there's chase scenes where he's chasing down and bumping against cars, and good chunk done practically. So the effects work is pretty damn solid in that movie. Now the film itself, I'll probably give like a B. I like the film. The certain, I don't love it, but I like it. I think it's a bit underrated. But as the effects go, I had to put them in the top 5 because it's not really a film people mention in terms of the effects, but you really look at the way Joe looked. They made him look like he was an actual thing. Like, it was really there with the characters. So I had to put them in the top 5, at least for me. So let's see. I mean, after that, I'll put Men in Black, the first one. Just the look of the aliens, the variety of looks of the aliens look really cool. Some nice designs, some creativity in there. I thought that was nicely done. And I do like the film quite a bit. Before Will Smith lost his mind. And I think that's the best of the Men in Black films. I think it's one of Will Smith's better movies. And for me, I would say the first Men in Black was an A. Because I do quite like that film. I think it's rather good. So that's what I mean, like, if we're ranking movies, they're different from the effects. Like Men in Black, I would probably put somewhere in the top 5, along with Harry and Videodrome and Gremlins 2 and stuff. But effects-wise, I'll put it there. Just, I mean, a lot of people have done different designs of aliens, but I still think he did a good job in that. Let's see. God. That's tough, because it's now Greystoke, Coming to America, Wolf, Ed Wood, Batman Forever, The Night Professor, The Grinch, Planet of the Apes, The Wolfman, Men in Black 3. I mean, movie-wise, I would definitely see Ed Wood. But I guess, I mean, if I go through these without ranking, like Greystoke, The Legend of Tarzan, honestly, I would say of the list, those are my least favorite effects. I don't think they're bad effects. I would definitely say that's my least favorite. And you know what? I'm going to take back something I said. That I would give a C. Well, no. I think for a time, I would give it like a B minus. Just, you gotta think for the time in 1984, they tried to do the best they could, to be fair. So that's a really fair to say, because you gotta think of the time period, like 84. Try and make apes look like that. Pretty valiant effort. Actually, you know what? Before I go on, let me really take a good look, because I don't remember loving the movie. Let me look at the apes. Let me give a better look. Yeah, the effects it's not as bad as I'm making it out to be. I think for 1984 they were definitely ambitious. Yeah, I'll take back what I said, looking more at these effects. It's been forever since I've seen Greystoke, to be fair. I'll take back what I said. All that I just said. Fuck what all I said. You know what? Of this stuff, honestly, effects wise, I'll put Wolf at the end because it's not bad, but it's just okay. You put some hair on Jack Nicholson, you put some hair on James Spader, some fangs. It's like okay, that yeah. I've seen multiple werewolf films that have done that, and compared to American Werewolf in London and other stuff, it's just kind of like whatever. Till you put some hair on, it's not bad. They're not bad effects, but it's just like okay, put some hair on them, and they just didn't wow me like these other films do. So I'll put that lower on the list. Coming to America, I don't mind the film. I would give the film like a B. I mean, the effects, to be fair, there's some people that still, that didn't know for the longest time some of them were Eddie Murphy. So to hide some of those people, to hide Eddie Murphy as some of those people, including the white Jewish guy, yeah, I commend him for that. I don't mind the effects of Two-Face Emily Jones and Batman Forever, but I know that's looked on as kind of the weaker bit of business. I don't think it looks bad. It's not as wow to me as Harry or Metro Wolf in London or Gremlins 2. As much as I don't like the film, honestly, I would say after Men in Black, I would put the Planet of the Apes 2001 film because that is probably the worst film on this list because I hate that movie. But the effects are actually rather good. It's like a nice update of the older effects, but all done practically, and some of those actors really disappear in those roles in the makeup, like Michael Clark Duncan and Paul Giamatti. As terrible as the film is, I gotta commend the effects in that. So after Men in Black, I would say effects wise, like movie wise, I would give Planet of the Apes for D for damn that movie sucks. Dumbest dog shit movie. But for effects, I'm like that's really good makeup effects. So I'll put after Men in Black 1, Planet of the Apes 2001, effects wise. Then I would put oh my god. See, that's tough. Like Ed Wood. I know that doesn't really jump out at people, but to make Martin Landau look like Bela Lugosi did a really good job at doing that. I'm just trying to get a picture of it. Like, he really did a good job making him look like Bela. So, you know what? I'm going because I love the film so much, because I did the film like an A, I'm just going to put that up behind it, because I do think that was a very stellar job, and I do like that makeup. Because Martin Landau really did look like Bela Lugosi in that. And plus, I like the film, so I'm going to put that in there. And then we'll put... Then, to be fair, I'll put Coming to America. Then I'll put... I'll give it for the Grinch on the way it looks, the suit, and how expressive it is. Not a fan of the movie, but the makeup effects are pretty good in that. Then I'll put... The Night Professor, kind of what... Yeah, I'm not a fan of the film, but what he did, kind of a follow-up effects-wise from Coming to America. There's some pretty good makeup effects in there. making Eddie look like a whole family of his own. Then I'll give it to the Wolfman itself, because I do think the look of the Wolfman is pretty good. It's just all the awful fucking CGI added to it really hurt that film. But I think the actual look of the Wolfman's pretty good. I did the Men in Black 3. That's just lower on the list because, okay, it's more aliens that technically are good and creative. You know what? There are some creative designs in that. I'm going to put that... It's my list. I'll put it after Ed Wood. Because there's a lot of aliens in there, a lot of creative designs. So far as Harry the Henderson's been one for me, effects-wise. Then American Wolf in London, Gremlins 2, Videodrome, Mighty Joe Young. Then Men in Black 1, Planet of the Apes 2001, Ed Wood, Men in Black 3, Coming to America. Then I put The Grinch, Night Professor, The Wolfman. I'll put Greystoke, The Legend of Tarzan, Batman Forever, and then Wolf. Just Wolf, honestly, that's kind of the stuff where, compared to the details and the Wolfman, like the up-close shots, compared to how groundbreaking it was in American Wolf in London, Wolf kind of fades to the background for me in terms of werewolf designs, in terms of makeup. Not that it's bad, because again, I don't think he's done any bad work in this. It's just... And then Two-Face kind of, doesn't look bad. It's just, kind of there. I appreciate more than the CGI and that was used for Two-Face in The Dark Knight. Doesn't help, Tommy Lee Jones does give a pretty campy performance, but I didn't hate his performance like other people did. It's not a favorite of mine. I mean, I would say movie-wise, I think Planet of the Apes 2001 was the worst in this. Greystoke, I don't remember much about it, so maybe that says a lot. The Professor, The Grinch, I'm not really a fan of. Same with The Wolfman. I would say, favorite movies, not taken to the effects. I don't know in what order, but I know Harry and the Hendersons, Videodrome, Gremlins 2, Ed Wood, and Men in Black 1 would be in the top 5. Favorite movies that he's been involved with. I don't know what ranking, because that's tough. Ed Wood, I'd probably put a bit... Maybe Harry and the Hendersons, Ed Wood, Men in Black, Gremlins 2, and then Videodrome, maybe. But I mean, Rick Baker, this shows he's done a lot of great work. He's done a lot of stellar work. It's sad that he got retired. Seemed like not under his own want or desire, just that jobs were kind of drying up. But to be fair, he's done a lot. He's earned his keep. He's earned his retirement, and he's done a lot, so he can relax a bit. He's done a lot of great work, so there's that. With that said, thanks for watching. Thanks once again, Graeme. Take care, everyone, and we'll see you guys later. Bye-bye for now.